This is as good as any football the Emirates has ever seen, and maybe Highbury too. What's going on, Goonercast? This is Arsenal 4, Newcastle 1, big talking points. Today's big talking points, we go through our front two that can do everything. Bend it like Declan Rice. This point proves we are becoming exactly what Arteta wants us to. Martinelli finally doing the things that he did so well last season, and why the end of this season is not going to be the same as last season. Stay tuned for some of the stats that show us this is a run of games that you are lucky to see once in your lifetime. So let's begin with our front foot pressing and the fantastic football that's coming from it. In this next clip, you can see Havertz pressing Botman from the left-hand side of the pitch. When he puts the ball into the centre, Fabian Schär, how do you say his name?
Fabian Schär.
Fabian Schär.
Let's start that one again. So in this clip, you can see Havertz closing down Botman. Botman pops the ball inside. Schär gets closed down by Ødegaard. Look at the ground he's making up there. Schär pops it off to Livramento at left back, and then Saka's doing the same thing. They put it down the line to Anthony Gordon, and of course Ben White's there. White wins the ball, opens up, puts it into Jorginho, and this is the part that I loved. So Jorginho's first time pass isn't the best, actually hits the Newcastle midfielder, I think that's Guimaraes. But Declan Rice is on him straight away, wins the tackle, ball breaks to Ødegaard. Ødegaard, awareness, unreal. First time pass into the centre forward, which is Havertz, takes a touch, lays it off to Rice. Rice, first time left foot, plays a through ball into Saka. Saka's first touch isn't the best, gets a little bit crowded out, can't get off the best shot, but that's a chance. Amazing football, all from the press, but the play is fantastic with the ball too. Example after example of that front two, Ødegaard and Havertz being such a problem. Next, bend it like Declan. This guy's corner technique has stepped up our set pieces again. Let's have a look at how well he strikes this ball. So you see the still, clips it, his technique is amazing. The ball starts so far out, curls back in, it's dipping, it's swerving, it lands perfectly on Kiwior's head. The amount of goals we've scored since Declan Rice started taking corners is incredible. It feels like every game he gets an assist from a corner now, and at first there was a few people screaming at the TV, like, why is Declan Rice taking corners after he scored against Man United and he's 6 foot whatever, presence in the box. But the reason he's taking corners is right there. Nobody should be asking that question anymore. The guy is a sensational set piece taker. Arteta's always talking about dominance, and the stats from the first half showed that we are developing into exactly what Arteta wants. Remember, this isn't Burnley or Sheffield United. This is Newcastle going for top four contenders. 25 minutes in, 52% of the game was in Newcastle's third. After 32 minutes, the possession was 72% in our favour. And after it was 12 shots to 0, and in that first half, Newcastle didn't have an attempt on goal. Not a shot on target. This one's important. They didn't have a shot, and they got absolutely dominated. What a perfect half of football. First time in a long time that we also saw Martinelli doing the things that were so successful for him last season when he got 15 Premier League goals. And let's be honest, this season he's been so underwhelming with his output. Like in short sections of the season, he's looked decent, and I'm not complaining about his performance level at all. He's still completely vital to this team, and the reason for him being stuck out on that touchline game after game is because Arteta and his theory was to give us width with Martinelli and Saka. But in this game, we saw him playing much closer to Havertz, making the runs, getting in the box, being dangerous, going towards goal instead of just playing for a purpose and staying out on the left flank. So here, look, he starts this run from quite central, Jorginho looks up, sees that space in behind, perfect pass, drives into the byline, cuts that back into Havertz, and that's a lovely finish from him. I think Martinelli in that central position creates so many problems that teams are just not comfortable with. We've seen Jesus struggle a little bit and we've seen Trossard excel. Could Martinelli be an answer to our centre forward issue? If we don't get one, even does Trossard go out on the left, does Martinelli sometimes go through the centre? Because when he's there, he creates problems. He's a great finisher off both feet. His movement's really good. Maybe the link-up play could be improved, but he has a lot of positives in that position. I think he's a really intriguing option there. Our incredible form at this point of the season is why I think this season is going to be different to last season. For the previous part of the season, we were effective, but the performances weren't there. We've hit this incredible form at the perfect time. The run-in is here. This is the business end of the season. City always go on their amazing run at this time, but it's different this year because we are doing it too. So let's look at a few stats that show just how incredible these last 6 games have been and how amazing this form is that we're going through at the moment. Arsenal's 25 goals from 6 games is the most any team have scored from the start of a calendar year in the Premier League. First time in our history that we've begun the calendar year with 6 successive league wins. 27 set-piece goals this season is the most on record in a single league campaign. 8 of those were penalties, but you do have to win them to get them, and then you've still got to score them. Looking at this stat from planetfootball.com, check this out. Not only have we been banging goals for fun, but as it says, we've allowed a rate of expected goals against of just 1.88 expected goals in the 6 games since the start of the year. Putting this into context, the next best defensive record over the same period is Manchester City, which is 6.77 expected goals against. So in 6 games, the expected goals against isn't even 2, and City's is almost 7. That is nuts. We knew we could rely on this defense, but my God, those numbers are mind-blowing. In 2024, aggregate score, Arsenal against Premier League teams is 25-3. And another nice one for you, Bukayo Saka, first English player to score in 5 consecutive games for Arsenal since Ian Wright. Wonderful company for our star boy to be in there. Looking at those results from the last 6 games, we've got 5-0 against Crystal Palace, 2-1 away at Forest, 3-1 huge victory at home to Liverpool, 6-0 away at West Ham, incredible, 5-0 away at Burnley, and now 4-1 at home to Newcastle. Let's hope we can continue this winning run for a little bit longer to put pressure on City enough that they know they've got to keep winning. Like, we've seen them do it before, but the thing is that they've never seen us do this before. I wouldn't want to be them against us in a title race where we've got this sort of form. Liverpool there to worry about too, but right now all we've got to worry about is keep on winning like we are now. Let's keep it going to the end of the season and see if we're still in with a chance of that Premier League trophy in the last few games, because this could be one of the best run-ins in history. We'll leave you with this iconic photo of Saka running over to the Emirates, screaming his name after that amazing goal. What an iconic photo. Let's give that man something to celebrate. I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel, otherwise next time you get a haircut, your barber's going to have you looking like Anthony Gordon.